Good morning, everyone. It's Friday, March 22nd, 2024. My name is Sam Shalhoub, and it's time for your daily dispatch. So first up, we have this minibus legislation that they're trying to pass in Congress. It's 1,012 pages, and it represents $1.2 trillion of taxpayer money. They are supposed to, it was given out night before last, and Congress people were told to read it, and that they had until this morning, Friday morning, to get it all read and completely approved or sign it or endorse it, whatever they choose to do. Well, it takes 27.8 hours for the average reader to read 1,000 pages. 27 hours. And I'm sure that that's not an in-depth complete retention of what's going on in whatever the legislation is. But the fact that they're trying to shove this down the throat of the Congress people is just mind-blowing to me. And then Marjorie Taylor Greene, good old Mad Dog MTG, she came out with this statement. She said, "Our Republican majority started this Congress with sweeping rule changes to stop this very type of behavior. Yet here we are on the verge of passing a second minibus under suspension with no amendments allowed and violating the 72-hour rule. Once again, MTG comes out with the truth." It just blows my mind that these congressmen, well, it doesn't really blow my mind anymore. We all know what their end game is. But I'm so grateful that MTG is putting them to task. According to Disclosed TV, the U.S. Justice Department filed an antitrust lawsuit against Apple, accusing the tech giant of engineering an illegal monopoly in smartphones. That's a big development. If you remember a few years ago, I believe it was the FBI wanted Apple to unlock a phone, and they wouldn't do it. They just stood against it. And now, interesting enough, Apple's being threatened with an antitrust lawsuit. There are no coincidences. Yesterday, I'm sure, I had several of you reach out to me yesterday and tell me about this next story. The DMVs, this is Department of Motor Vehicles across the U.S. yesterday, were down. Network outages halted all operations at the DMV. I mean, significant. The Department of Motor Vehicles nationwide. Gee, I wonder if it was another cyber attack. Well, my guess is that it probably was, but I'll keep an eye on it and let you know how it progresses. So we've talked a lot about this upcoming, the lunar eclipse on the 25th, the solar eclipse on April 8th, so much hoopla and fear porn and all these other things surrounding it. Well, now they're doing it even more, and this is according to Ultra Pepe Lives Matter. Another rare celestial event is allegedly supposed to appear in the sky this year, a once-in-a-lifetime nova explosion. Not only this, but a, quote, devil comet will likely pass the Earth and be visible during the April 8th solar eclipse event. Now, I've had a lot of you ask me what I think is going on with this. I honestly don't know. They're hyping it so much that it makes me seem to think that they're asking us to look one way while they're doing something on the other end. But again, I don't know. I mean, I think it's always best to be prepared, have food and water on hand. I mean, living here in California, we have earthquake kits here just in case, but I just don't know what to make of it. But again, here's another story coming out. I guess we'll just have to wait and see how it plays out. And as always, I'll keep an eye on it. And then lastly today, this is kind of a funny thing. Well, funny in some respects and sobering in others. Mystery Grove Publishing came out and said, so far Russia has been cut off from CNN, YouPorn, Facebook, amongst others. They're working on depriving the Russians of Coca-Cola next. If they keep these sanctions up at the current rate, Russia will be the healthiest and most well-adjusted country on the planet in a few months. And I have to agree with them. So many things happening. Russia standing up for more of what we believe to be the American dream. And I think this just nailed it. So would love to hear your responses on it. That's all we have for today. Please, if you'd like to support this channel, go to samshalhoub.com. There's multiple ways to do it. You can buy me a cup of coffee. Oh, and also don't forget, the Bitcoin classes are live. You can go to samshalhoub.com and schedule an appointment from there. So in the meantime, I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk again soon.